Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my February update for the hashtag Team Project Pan 2022 that was set up by Kat Hailey from the Beauty News. There's a quarterly refresh, so the next update is a refresh if we want to. Everything will be linked down below. And let's get into my update. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, just as a side note, do you know the way I was getting sick of my RCMA powder and I have to use it next after I finish my small powders? Some people suggested using it as a dry shampoo. So I tried it today for those of you who are wondering. But it made like my actual scalp whiter than my skin. So I feel like it could be really noticeable that I have powder in my hair because, well, I only have it up here, but I just feel like my scalp is really white. Anyway, we have two empties to start with, so I'm going to start my empties, show you my progress, and then show you what I'm rolling in at the end. I have 15 products in here. 2 of them are non-makeup. I think Kat Hailey do full face, whole, does everything and body and stuff. I do pretty much all makeup bar 2 things. So let's just start with the 2 empties. So empty number 1 is my KVD Vegan Kat Von D. I don't know if it's the KVD Vegan Beauty or the Kat Von D, but it's the Locket Setting Powder Translucent, 1.4 grams. I got this from ILIA. I got 3 small powders from ILIA. I'm really glad I got to try it. So this one is completely empty and I finished it in. It took me 6 uses to finish this powder and I like this powder. I do still prefer the Hourglass one. Sorry, my hair is really everywhere. The Hourglass one that ILIA gave me, but both this and the Hourglass are nicer to me than the RCMA one. But yeah, I prefer the Hourglass, but I did like this as well. So that's that one gone. And then the other empty, which is one I'm really happy about, and it's the mini Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Pillow Talk. I had said this is the Pillow Talk Light, but I was talking to Elaine because I want to put this on my wish list because I really, really like it. We believe it's the Pillow Talk Nude Pink, the original, the OG. There's no information on it other than it's the Pillow Talk. I absolutely love it. I used it over 50 times, but in this project, I use it 28 times. Like, it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. I actually really, really like it. I'm not even a nude pink lipstick wearer. This is technically like a matte lipstick, but I don't find it drying at all. I have it on my wish list to buy, and I will get this when I can because I really loved it. And if you're ever coming across the mini, you're going to get over 50 uses, so it's a lot, like it's a lot. But yeah, we have 2 empties and they're gone. One took me a long time and one took me a little amount of time. So now on to the progress. The first product I have is my Makeup Revolution CC Perfecting, well, it is actually the Revolution Pro CC Perfecting Foundation in the shade F for Frank 3. I have it on me today. I think it's actually a really good color match. I say it all the time, but I purchased all of the foundations that I currently own inside the pandemic, and mask wearing and work from home was pretty much the exclusive 2-year period. So I haven't been able to do a proper wear test to see how it lasts. However, it is a full coverage foundation, or like fuller coverage. It is a dewier finish and I do have oily skin, so this one has been on me and it always disappears from the nose, but I just like how it feels. It's not heavy. I like it. I think it's between 12 and 14 euro. This is my second one and I like it. From the experience I've had, I liked it. How many uses? So it is now March 3rd and last time I filmed on February 7th. So we're narrowing the gap. The uses are 19 so far, 10 in January, 8 in February and 1 in March. But anyway, we're at 19 uses and that's brought it down this much. I'm panning 2 foundations and I'm trying to also get through Shop My Stash. So this went from 41.81 grams down to 39.34 grams. I have a page here, which is a difference of 2.47 grams this time, and I went down 2.99 grams the last time. So I actually went down a little bit less, but I used it 1 time less. So 1 less time. But anyway, that's where we are with that product. I rolled in 2 primers the last time. I generally don't like to have 2 of the same category, but whatever way it worked out, I rolled in 2 primers. The first is my Smashbox Original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. It's very expensive. It's a silicone clear primer. There's 30 mils in it, and I used it 14 times since you've seen it last, and I couldn't make a new marking. Is that not mad? And what is the weight difference on this? 32.8 down to 28.55, which is 4.25 grams down. I don't use this on my entire face. I use it on my like poriest of areas. I do like it it is a silicone feeling primer. I do like it for filling pores. Does it actually fill your pores? I think it fills it more than my skin would without it. When I finish this and use up a few foundation primers, I would be in the market for one of these, but not as expensive as this. However, in saying that, I tried to pan this before. It takes ages to use up, but if I was looking for one, I would try find something cheaper. But yeah, that's where we are with this one. And then the second one I rolled in is my Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. This isn't the full size. This has 15 mils in it, but it still went down a good bit. So I used this 14 times, as I said, was rolled in the last time, 14 times, and the weight difference was 30.55 down to 26.71, and this is 3.84 grams in the difference. And I use this everywhere else on my face. I do like this product. It's kind of a glowier finish. I'm oily, so I don't even know why I enjoy that. But I do. Would I repurchase it? Yes and no. Yes, because I like it. No, because I already know what it's like. It's not groundbreaking, so would I need to? But at the same time, I do like Ole Henriksen. I'd probably use up all my other things. And if I wasn't interested in trying something new, this is something I do enjoy. So there's that. So the concealer I rolled in the last time is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer in the shade Fair Rose. And I got this, I think it was January 2021. And I think that's my oldest concealer, and I used it 13 times in this month. 13 times, which is 18.2 grams down to 17. So I use 1.2 grams in this, and I believe there's 2 mils in it in total. It's too light. I'm currently at my fairest of my skin tone throughout the year. This is how fair that I can get. So I'm glad now that I know for sure when I finish Fair Rose, like I can get away with it and it's grand. Oh yeah, sorry, people will get confused when I say grand. It works, but it's too fair for my preference. So Fair Rose is one I wouldn't buy again because I have this as one I'm panning, and in my current Shop My Stash is the NYX Born to Glow in the shade Light Ivory, and I prefer this over this. So realistically, I'm not going to buy this over this, but the shade is the problem. It is a glowy finish, so it's hard to tell. I do set it, but yeah, that's that product, and I'm glad now that I know. I'm finding it hard with the e.l.f. concealers to know what shade that I am, because I have a few fair and a few light, and the light seems to be too dark right now, and the fair seems to be too fair. So I'm not sure, but we will test it out through our panning. But yeah, there is some windows when I swish it, which is funny because I used to take, oh god, can you see that? I used to take ages to finish concealer, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I don't mind. Yeah, done. That's that. Then for brows, I rolled in this Inglot brow pomade the last time, and this is a brow liner gel from Inglot and Mora in the shade Blonde. And I had said when I rolled it in that it's not that I don't like it, so I got some suggestions how to use it. I like it if I didn't want to use it in my brows, so I will use it in my brows. It's just that I was sick of panning a pomade. So my goal that I set for myself, since I don't have many brow products, I have 2 pencils and 1 pomade, and the 2 pencils are new because I finished my other pencil. I want to cycle, so my goal is 7 uses per month until I finish it at least, and cycle on the other times. So I used it 9 times. The weight went from 9.12 down to 8.93, so I used 0.19 grams. I opened the foil that was on this with you in the last update. I actually have hit pan on the end. Yeah, it's a very, very slippery product. It's very, very creamy. So I really only use a little bit. I basically draw underneath and then just brush up. That's all I do. It's a nice product. It's just that I prefer a pencil right now. And then for brow gel, I used the brow gel 17 times. It's from Colourpop. It's a clear brow gel, brow boss gel. And I went from 8.22 down to 8.05. So I used exactly the same this time, 0.17 this time and last time. This does not hold your brows up. If you want them to be up, they don't hold them up, but they will stop the hairs from falling down the way. It's not crunchy, so there's that. There's not really any transfer either. But yeah, it's a nice product in terms of if that's what you're looking for. So I'm happy with it. So for highlighter, I had rolled in my Becca Ocean Jewels palette in the shade Coral Crystal. And I should show you both like the progress shots on the screen. We're at a total of 35 uses right now. 18 in January, 14 in February, and 3 in March so far. I still haven't hit pan, but hello mommy, but there is a big juicy dip in it. I think there's two, I can't remember how much weight is in it. I said it in my last video. My playlist for this will be linked down below. We haven't hit pan in it yet. It is a bit too dark for me, so at the moment I am mixing it with eyeshadows that I'm panning to get a shade that I actually like. When I wear like a very bronzy cheek, I don't think you notice that it's too deep, but when I wear a lighter colour blush, basically, you can tell it's too deep, particularly like back here or definitely up the front, not so much in the middle. So I don't know, I think it's a lovely highlighter. It just doesn't accentuate texture. This is the only highlighter I've ever used that does not accentuate texture. Like, you can see my texture, it just doesn't make it worse than it already is. I think it's kind of, you know what it reminds me of? A cream, even though it's a powder. It's just, it performs like a cream. It's a lovely product. People said, like, I've seen it advertised that Smashbox has some of Becca's highlighters. Obviously not this one, but like not in Ireland anyway. I don't know how, if I wanted to get stuff, I don't know how I would. It's not, I know that they sell it on Boots Smashbox, but they're not carrying Becca there anyway. Anyway, that's where I am with this product. I really like it. Did I tell you the weights? Because I know that that's something I can forget to do sometimes. So I went from 4.18 grams down to 3.85, which is the difference of 0.33. And the last time I went down 0.48, so I actually used up less, but I did use it one time less. Okay, for bronzers, OMG. Obviously you can tell it's not an empty. And what makes me really excited about this I Heart Revolution bronzer, one of the things is, this is the second bronzer that I've almost panned by using it naturally. I rolled it into the project in January and I don't think I panned it before that. We're at a total of 33 uses in this project. 16 in January, 14 in February, and 3 in March so far. And Holy Mother of the Divine Lord, look at that. Look at that. Is that not super juicy? I went from 74.3 down to 72.46, which is a difference of 1.84 grams this time, but I went down 2.2 the last time. Did I use it much differently? I actually used it one time more this month. The reason why I think I went down less is because I was waiting until I filmed this update for me to repress it. It's not picking up on the brush. Like, the brush I use is this big, where is it? I use this brush, it's not picking up. It's just not. So I need to repress it. I'll repress it after this video now that I've finally filmed it. But like, I was basically trying to get it from the sides and I really just wasn't. But anyway, I really like this. I will buy this again eventually. I don't know if I can buy it in any store around, definitely not in the county that I'm in, maybe Dublin. I do know that they carry it online, at least I checked last month and they still carried it online. I think it's like €6. I really like it. I said it in my last video, but I decluttered my Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow to my friend after I hit pan, and I kept this one. I like the formula of this. I think it's good. I know people say our Makeup Revolution can be hit and miss, but I have had good experiences, particularly with their face products, if you like the colour, and I like all of the bronzers I've used from them so far. So that one is nearly gone, and I've said I have plans for my bronzers this year. So yeah, that's the story with that. And then for blush, I had this NOTO cream blush that I got from Courtney, and I will link Courtney down below on if you want to go check her Instagram out. There is 2 mils in this product. I really like it. It's not retractable. Even though I have a load of powder blushes, I want to focus on my creams because that category went a little bit out of control But I love what I have. It's so great. But creams expire quicker, so I want to just put an emphasis on that. This is a new product because obviously Courtney sent it to me for my birthday last year, which I'm so grateful for. I use it 32 times in this project so far, 15 in January, 14 in February, and 3 in March. So technically I've used it more times. So what's the story with the weights then? 6.38 down to 6.17. So I used 0.21 this time and 0.2 the last time. It is amazing. If you use this on your lips, it has a kind of a minty smell to it on your cheeks. It's so blendable. What? I really like this. It annoys me that I have no idea what's left in here, but obviously it was a new product, so this is going to take forever. But I just really like it. But how on earth will I get this? I know, I'll link their website down below. But yeah, that's where I am. My blush product. Mascara, I have in this ILIA mascara, which is my favourite mascara. Elaine and Courtney sent me these mascaras because I can't seem to get them in Ireland. This is my 3rd month of using it. I will probably get 1 more month and then it'll be just too dry. I don't follow the 3-month rule. I just use it until I can't get it to work anymore. It is a plastic bristle wand and I used it, I think 22 times. Let me check. I used it 17 times, sorry. So I went from 8.7 down to 8.38, which is 0.32 this time and 0.34 the last time. But yeah, I have another month of this and I'd say the next update is when this will be gone. I really do like it. Even this small size is quite weighted. But yeah, 4 months I'll get out of the mini size. At least. And then for lip gloss, I have in this Fenty lip gloss in the shade Diamond Milk. I just had it on its side, so it's kind of after spilling over. So I've used it 29 times in total in this project. This line that I have marked on it is a guesstimate. I shined a light through it and that's where I think that I am. So I used it 11 times in January, 15 times in February, and 3 times in March. What the hell? This went from 35.67 down to 34.78, so that's a difference of 0.89 this time and 0.49 the last time, so like double. I really like this. Now I just to mention, one person did mention in the comments that it accentuates the lip line on their lips, so, and then either the same person or someone else said they use it as a lip balm because of that. I really like it. I like the doe. Before I used to get bothered by the smell of like cherries, and now I just really, really enjoy this. Also, I normally don't like icier tones of anything. Sorry, my hair is like annoying me now. I just don't like the white scalp, like you can see. I'm absolutely loving this lip gloss. I wonder how long this will take me to use up. There's 9 mils in it. I'm surprised that I'm down to here already. However, I did use it a bit before this project. So that's the story with that product. What else am I missing? I used this Sanctuary Spa Body Lotion 70 times. This smells like citrusy, lemony lime. And what is the story with the weights? So I went from 368.3 down to 221.58. So I used 146.42 grams, which means I got better value out of this cheaper, more affordable one than I did out of the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream. Even though I love the Boom Boom Cream, and even knowing that statistic, I will still buy it again eventually. But I've used 146 grams and it's still here. I really like this product. So there's that. And I did this wrong, but I forgot to say, you know the way, normally at the start, well I finished 8, let me just count it. So this time out of my many perfume samples that I bought, I don't know, should I be explaining this in every update, but I bought a lot of perfume samples so my perfume collection was getting quite low because I didn't want to blind buy. I believe we have like 8 or 9, I'll count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've 8 this time. The first one was one I actually got for free and it's from Devane, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's 634 unisex. The problem I have with this is a dupe brand and I really like the smell of this. I don't know what this one is meant to dupe. I really enjoy the smell of it. However, the ones I've used so far don't last on my skin. And I thought, you know the way sometimes people say, oh, your nose can get like adjusted to a scent and you can't smell it? I sprayed it on me and I commuted 40 minutes and I asked Paul, can he smell anything off me? And he said no. So it wasn't just me, he couldn't smell it at all. So I wouldn't buy that, even though it's affordable, I wouldn't buy it. This next one is the Le Labo Patchouli 24, and I have this in my don't want to buy list. Should have notes here. And for me, again, it smells mature and soapy. And it's a no for me. Again, it's a no for me. And then this sample is the Byredo Mojave Ghost, or Mojave. And I surprisingly have this in my do not want to buy. And I'm so happy I tried this sample because I saw this on Kathleen Lights's like favorites of 2021. So obviously your scent preferences are very personal to you. It's just that like I would have bought that based on her recommendation. But I know now I don't want that scent personally. I don't know. It's a nice watery scent, but it's nice, it's fresh. Like it reminds me of sexy, light and warm weather, which sounds great, but I don't think I like this personally. Enough to spend 138 euros on it? No. I have another Gypsy Byredo water one. This is one I absolutely love, so I have that on my wish list. I don't know if I said, because I said it in my last video, I'm making a list of wish list, like, and don't want. And then this next one here is Diptyque de Sun, which I think it had before. I don't want that either. I'm very bad at describing scents, but again, it's fresh with sultry. So I think if you liked the Byredo Mojave Ghost, you'd like the Diptyque de Sun. However, these are super expensive that I would like to just love them, not like them, if I'm going to spend that money. This is the PDM Layton, and I have this in the want to buy list. Yeah, this is right up my alley. I don't know, I like unisex type scents, kind of sexy scents, mysterious scents where they're like, ooh, that person has a backstory. Yeah, that's nice. I think that would be, but that's probably strong though. But again, I haven't really got a proper sense of smell, so I'm happy with it being strong. But if you're prone to migraines, then no. Okay, this one I have Creed Jardin d'Amalfi, and I have this in my middle. I do like this scent, but I didn't, it's not in my I want to buy, it's in the middle. That's a softer unisex scent. And then this last one is the Diptyque Oud Palau. No, this is mature and powdery, which I'm so glad, because I see Diptyque in the shop, in like 2 shops, and they're so expensive. So far on my perfume samples, I have 8 I would like to buy, 8 I would not like to buy, and 2 in the middle, which is great because those 8 that I don't want to buy are super expensive. And the 8 I do want to buy are also super expensive, but it could have been 6. Well, one of the 8 that I do want to buy was 30 euros, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, at least I saved money on potentially buying, because I would have bought the Mojave Ghost, and I'm glad I didn't. I am glad that I didn't. And then for what I'm rolling in, rolling. First product I'm rolling in is the last powder in the mini powders that I have, and then we're back to full size. And this is the Tarte Smooth Operator, and I actually have been using this already, but I didn't mark it. But I did mark how many uses I had just for reference, and I used it 10 times since I rolled it in, which was by myself. And I'm glad to know this is one I would not buy. So I'm so glad that I got to try it, because the powder is so finely milled that it poofs up into the air like dust. And it, no matter how light you are with your brush and tap off, it will float in the air in front of you, and you will inhale it. You just can't avoid inhaling it. And if you don't, I don't know how you don't, because I just don't know how. I just cannot. And if you don't have good lungs or problems with your breathing, it's not a good experience. Like when I tap my eye, I'm like trying to move my head away to not inhale it, but ultimately I inhale it. And so that's one of the reasons. Like there's 2.2 grams in this. I'm so glad, and I've used it 10 times. I probably have another 10 to 15 goes left, because I'm a little bit smidge over half. But it's just, I'm so glad that I get to try something like this before buying the more expensive things. So out of the 3 mini powders, I know that the Hourglass one was my favorite. But yeah, that for that. And then for the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick that I finished, I'm actually rolling in, I'm not rolling in 2. I'm rolling in Myth from MAC. It's a satin finish. I have marked it on a piece of paper. It is a light color, warmed color, and I have it on today mixed with Magic Spell. And I got Magic Spell, it's a cream sheen and a satin. I got Magic Spell in a kit years ago. I don't know if they still sell Magic Spell, but I really like Magic Spell. I'm going to Google it after this to see if they do. So I'm rolling in Myth, but I always pair them together. So I just wanted to mention it because I think I'll track the uses for the magic spell, but I won't track like on the page because it's not what I'm rolling in, but I'm just curious to follow it because I will probably use them together. But this is how much I have of this. It's a lot, but I like it, and I think that this will go like all throughout the year. Lip products used to be my favorite or my best category to pan, but since the pandemic I have been slower. Ireland lifted the mask mandate, however it's optional, so I haven't actually not worn it yet, but we are on the way out, so maybe I'll get more use out of this again. But I am enjoying wearing them together. I did roll it into my Shop My Stash to see if I would be happy to roll it into a project, so I'm rolling technically both of them in, but Myth is what we're committing myself to. Okay guys, I hope I didn't like rush and be flustered and be all over the place, but I'll know when I'm editing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Take care guys. Bye.